Okay, another month. Can you believe it? Another month has gone by in the year 2021. This is just craziness. Stop the madness!
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so here we go. Oh, look at the quilt this month. It's going to be a pretty boutique that we're going to get to look at all month. It'll go fast. Today's Monday, the 2nd of August. And probably you've got all your Christmas shopping done and all the presents are wrapped and everybody's doing good on their projects that they're working on. I hope your Moda, my favorite color is Moda, is going well. We're going to meet at the sewing machine this morning and we actually are going to do some sewing. But since I showed you that ruler last week about how to do your scraps, I thought, boy, I spent a lot of money on that ruler. It was well worth it, definitely. But I wanted to do more stuff with it. So I perused the interweb. And I found some other things that you can do with this ruler. So head over to the cutting table before we start sewing, okay? Now, Cappy's here today because Peter broke his arm. He was riding a horse. I bet you probably thought he was trying to do that, whatever he was trying to explain to me last week, which was some kind of football. I don't know what it was. I wasn't paying that much of attention. But anyway, no, it was him on his horse, and he's a pretty tall fella, and the horse is a pretty tall fella, and so, you know, accidents. I hope he had a helmet on. And that's what he gets for not getting his sewing machine on a surge protector. That's all I got to say. So today we're going to work with a few things. Of course, our Stripology Square Mini Ruler. I'm really loving this. I went home and I cut up all my my favorite colors Moda scraps into squares. Now I'm ready to go if I should need some. And I'm going to work with this Fresh Figs Favorites by Fig Tree and Company. And it's got a lot of really cute prints in it. I'm going to work with that. And we're going to use this pattern. And if you come into the store and buy any pre-cut at all, we'll give you this pattern, okay? And it's going to make this cute little table runner out of a charm pack. Or you could buy, oh, here, let me put it upright. You could buy a layer cake and cut it into fourths, and then you'd have 4 times as much fabric, and you could probably make a little baby quilt out of that. So that would be fun. And then these wacky things, last time I was at Moda, they showed me these, and so I came home and I said, well, if Moda's got them, we got to have them, right? They are ruler stickers. And these are the Tropical Bright palettes, which Cappy really likes.
I can't see them, though. They just look like a sheet.
They just look like a sheet of nothing, don't they? Well, look at all the fun colors.
Oh.
Yeah, look at them. Oh, see, it just gets better and better when you get the green ones out. And then here's the pink ones.
The pink.
And so that's what they are. But it's a whole sheet of nothing but arrows. Isn't that cute?
Love it.
So like, let's say for instance on this ruler, I want my eye to always go to, let's say, let's read the instructions here. I think it's 2.5. Nope, it's 2. So I'm going to put my little arrow here at 2. Even though there's a big gigantic 2, look at how much easier it is just to go and look at that arrow. And then the next one is going to go at 4.5. I'm just reading this right off of these instructions that we'll give you if you come in and buy a pre-cut. So 4.5 is right here. Look, 4.5, that's not as easy to see. So put that right there, like that. And so now my eye goes there every single time. Isn't that pretty cool?
That's
not very
cool.
straight, but anyway. And then, like, let's say, for instance, I wanted to have a second measurement. Like, here's the center line. And I'm going to be needing to use this center line a little bit, so I'm going to put my green ones there. So now, you know, I've got more of a focus. So that's kind of fun, don't you think?
I love that.
Ruler stickers.
Yeah.
You can use it on any ruler.
Are they restickable?
They probably are for a few times, don't
Okay.
you think?
Yeah.
You could probably put them right back on, but there's hardly any waste because they're right up against each other. I love stickers. You know, you could use them in your planner, day planner, whatever. But ruler stickers, these are the bee's knees. They're kind of vinyl-y. They feel vinyl-y, so I don't think they're going to come off easy.
I've used painter tape for years. And
Have ya?
that's not been very
Yeah.
effective. It makes them gummy. It makes
Yeah.
your rulers gummy.
Yeah.
So it's a good
Okay,
idea.
so here's my little charm pack, and what I want to do is I want to get 2 contrasting pieces, and I want them to both be face up. So see how these kind of look exactly alike?
Oh, I can't turn.
These would not be good. So these are all kind of real light. So let's save the light ones for light. Look at this. See, this would look good with this. See that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put the light one on top because that's just what I do. Like that. Let me find one that goes with this. Oh,
So-
look. This kind of has that little gray in it. So light one on top.
And you're putting them right side to
Right-
wrong side.
I'm putting
Right
them
side.
both right sides up.
Okay.
Oh, look at this pretty yellow one. That's pretty. That'll go pretty with that. Put that one on top. It doesn't matter which one you put on top, really. Ooh, look at this orangey one. Let's find something that'll go with this orangey one.
Those are pretty colors.
Maybe this one.
Yeah.
That looks good. I like it with the polka dots better than that writing. You're going to use all 40 of them, so 40, yeah, I think there's 40 of them. Ooh, let's use this green for something. I love that green, don't you?
They're all pretty.
Yeah, they're all pretty. Let's use it with this.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, that's enough messing around. You get the idea. You're putting two contrasting colors together. Now, I'm just going to feel secure just cutting one set at a time. If you'd like to cut more than one set at a time, feel free to do that. But I'm just going to cut one set at a time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the diagonal. And you can see my ruler has these big, bold white lines that go right through the middle. And so what I'm going to
And
do...
it got glare on it.
That
so
glare? Is that better?
Well, maybe.
So I'm going to take this white line and put it with point to point, and this white line and put it point to point. See that?
I can see your arrows.
Okay, and then my eye just automatically goes to this 4.5. I'm going to cut, and the 2.
Wowzer.
Wowzer is right. I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to flip this, and I'm going to fold this in half. And I'm just going to give myself a little line. It's kind of hard to see, but when you lay this down, you want to lay it down in the middle. Where did it go? There it is. Lay it down in the middle. And then those lines that you cut, you want to find a horizontal line to line that up with. Okay? And then again, you're going to cut at the 4.5 and the 2. And now you've got this. Well, ain't that sweet?
Oh my gosh.
Now, look what happens.
Look at that quick cutting.
I know. And look what happens if you do this. Yep. See? And then you've got 2 blocks ready to go that will be opposite each other.
Oh my gosh.
So let's do that again, okay? Let's do that again because that was kind of fun.
And it was fast.
Yeah, it was real fast. And I'll show you something that's even faster. Okay, so kind of get these lined up. Isn't it a good day to be sewing? It's really pretty out, and I know a lot of you probably want to get out in your gardens, but it's fun to just be at the sewing machine too. So again, I'm going to put my horizontal middle line there and my vertical middle line, and I'm just doing the points. And now I'm going to do this arrow and this arrow. And see how I don't have to measure each time and look and make sure I've got it at the right spot, because it's at the right spot.
And cut it twice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm going to turn this. I'm going to fold that. Now, you know what? If you needed to, if you couldn't see that fold and you needed to, this would be in your seam allowance right there. So you could mark it a little bit with a pencil. You can't see that because I've got it on the yellow. I've got it yellow. But I'm just going to now find a horizontal line to line it up with. It doesn't matter where it is on the ruler. It just needs to be a horizontal line. And I'm going to line it up. Put this line in the middle. Find a horizontal line. Go to my arrows. I know they're at the right place. Don't have to think about it. Now, remember how I switched out these before? All I really needed to do was to switch this one. And it does exactly the same thing.
No.
So you can take your time and switch all these, or you can just switch the middle one and it does the same exact thing. Is that hilarious?
Yeah, I'm glad you figured that out, because I was like, oh, she's going to have to move them all again. How many brains does it take to move one block?
Exactly.
Remember those toothpick games where they used to say move one toothpick and it makes it change the amount, like a number?
No, I don't
There was a
remember
toothpick
that.
game you used to play. You had to change.
Oh, we were too poor for toothpick games, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, come on over
Okay,
to the sewing machine.
here we go.
Okay, so now you know I have my lovely board that I love so much. And I'm just going to chain piece these. So I'm going to start out by doing this one. Do you want to get a chair or something, Cappy?
Well, I'm not Peter, that's for sure. I'm going to go over your shoulder, if that's okay.
That's fine. Now we're going to just use my 1/4 inch foot here. Uh-oh, got my shoes on. You know what that means. If you've watched my other videos, I can't sew with my shoes on.
I don't know many sewists that do. I think
Really?
we all are barefooted.
Yeah.
And if you use that pedal.
Yeah.
I'm pedal free now. I just use the button.
Oh, do ya? You know, they say that sewing machines are going to come with just buttons and not feet
And I
someday.
think you ought to have a choice.
Someday, I think you should have a choice myself
But
also.
yeah, I'm pretty much pedalless.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
Well,
weird. I
did
never
you-
thought I'd get there.
Did it take you time? I mean,
No, it happened quicker than I thought it would.
it's like the knee lift. You know, the
Yeah.
knee lift that goes here that raises your presser foot up and down. It takes a little time to get used to that.
Well,
But see how these pieces just fit right one on top of the other, because, you know, they were cut so accurate with that tool, and they're oversized. So when we square it up, you're going to see that it really doesn't matter if they're exactly perfect, but with this technique, they have no choice. They've got to be perfect because we cut them so perfect. So yeah, if I had my knee lift on here, which this machine does. Oh, no, this one doesn't.
it doesn't.
This one doesn't. But anyway, so.
Now, see, there's the part where I get lost. If I try to chain piece, I lose track of where I'm at.
Well,
So
this
that's
is
really
the
cool.
first one.
Yeah.
So now you just go backwards. You see, this was the last one. So you put the last one down. And then the next one. And then the next one. And then you're all ready to go again. You see?
Well, and that's slick.
Yeah, that's why the little board is so nice, because it keeps them from sliding around everywhere. You can be more organized with this. Now, what I could do is I could go over to the iron and I could press this and I would press it open. Let's go ahead and do that. Happy?
Okay, we're going to walk around here.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I forgot my tool that shall not be named because we can't get them right now. And it's a little nerve-wracking. But this is such a small project. Now see, I'm going backwards again.
Now see, there's the part where I get lost. So you have to keep that stack in order.
I do.
You know, if I watched more of your videos.
Hey, that would be a great idea. And subscribe and like. Because I think for some reason that helps us somehow.
It does. It does.
And all those buttons are down there. And you know, if you subscribe, you get notifications, I think. If you've got your notifications turned on, when you wake up in the morning, it'll say, Dawn's made a video! Come watch the video!
Except Peter's not here today. You
yeah.
get second string.
Well, that's okay.
Second string. Okay, I'm going to grab a chair here. Try and make it so that you're not looking at the air while I'm grabbing a chair.
Okay, that's fine.
Got it.
Okay, so now they're back to being the correct way, and
how
how I
they're
can
back
tell.
In order.
Well,
That's so slick.
Just have to pay attention.
Yeah.
And you know what? What if you didn't? What if you got them mixed up? It just looks scrappier. It'd be kind of fun.
Well, that's true.
And you know what? Nothing says that you have to start out with a charm pack. Charms are 5-inch squares. So if you have, like we did last week, cut up all your scraps, and you have a bunch of 5 or 5.5-inch squares, do it the same exact way. You know, nothing says you have to buy one that all goes together. You can make it super duper scrappy. I love a super scrappy quilt.
I do too.
The quilt that won the grand whatever it is at the state fair this year is paper pieced, for one thing, English
there you
paper
go.
piece. And it's all scrappy. Oh, it's beautiful. Just knocks your sock off. Just one sock.
Not two.
Just one sock.
Just one sock.
Just knocks one sock off. It's beautiful and
One's
all that.
enough.
But
Gotta keep one sock
you
on.
gotta keep one sock. You don't want Dobby to feel bad. Do you know who Dobby is?
No, I don't know Dobby.
Do you not watch Harry Potter?
No.
Oh.
I missed the whole Harry Potter.
Oh, that's too bad. Your children must be too old.
Well, yeah, they were. Because I'm old. So yeah, they kind of were just past the Harry Potter point.
Okay.
When he did the thing, we missed that opportunity.
Okay. So see, I'm going to come over here and see, this is my top piece again. So if by pressing it and keeping it face down, it's going to be my top again when I pick the stack up.
Okay.
Get
there you
that?
Go. Got it.
You'll think differently when you go to do stacks from now on.
I will.
Okay.
Well, and I'm working on that Think Pink, or the breast cancer quilt that's going to be coming in October from Moda. Stitch Pink, that's it. And there's a lot of pieces.
And that's in September, right?
It's October is the actual month. I think
okay.
I'm trying to get the sample done, so we'll have it in here in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, that'll be awesome.
And then we'll start taking pre-orders on that.
Okay,
but I got stacks, and they're getting all out of order. So see, I needed this video today.
You did. Now here is my super fun tip. Okay. Anytime you have to put another piece on a square like this. This is called square in a square. That's what this block is called. And you want to find the center of this piece and the center of this piece so that they go together and they're in the right place. You take this piece and you fold it right sides together. You pinch right there. And then you take this one and fold it wrong sides together.
Okay. I'm watching in anticipation.
And then they snuggle into each other.
Snuggles.
See that? See how they just fit right into each other?
Yeah, that's great.
Isn't that fun? Can you kind of see that?
Because then you don't have to figure out that weird thing on the end.
Yeah. And you know me, I'm a pinner, so I'm going to pin. And so now I know there's just as much seam allowance over there as there is over here. And the important thing is that point is now in the middle. It's the point that's so important. But with this one, there's so much oversized that I don't think it's going to matter if you're off a little bit.
So the point is the point.
The point is the point. And we'll do the same thing. Oh, almost messed up. Okay. Wrong sides together. And it doesn't matter which one you do, as long as you do them opposite. Do you see? I could have put right sides together on this one and wrong sides together on this one. It would have done the same thing, but you just want to do them opposite. So I'm going to do right sides together on this. And when I say right sides together, I mean the fabric has two sides, unless you're working with a batik or a homespun, something that's been woven. Both of their sides are the same. Solid, a lot of times, both of the sides will be the same because they're not printed on. You see, the solids are more dyed. It's all the same on the front and the back. Batiks are kind of a hand-dyed, saturated fabric, and they're the same on the front and the back most of the time. Wovens, they're going to be the same on the front and the back. But printed fabrics like we have here, there's a side that's just kind of white, or sometimes it's black, depending upon the base color that they printed on. And then there's the printed side that's vibrant, and that's the right side. So we call this the right side, and then we call the other one the wrong side. Not that I've never used the wrong side of a fabric, because if I look at it and I need that value or that intensity and that color works for me, it's not the wrong side when we say wrong side. It's still usable on that side. So that's kind of a fun thing to play with every once in a while, especially if you're doing like, what are those? I've got it on the tip of my tongue. They're Jello. And you need all that different value coming through the quilt. And so a lot of times that's a fun way to get different values.
So the right side can be the wrong side, and the right side can be the wrong side.
Exactly. Hello.
It's all in the perspective.
And the rules are meant to be broken.
Yes, ma'am.
It's your quilt. You get to be the rule maker.
Yeah, give a quilter an inch and she'll be a ruler.
There you go. I love that. That's pretty cute. That was
I stole that one.
You did?
Yeah, that's. I wish it was my idea, but no.
Okay, so wrong sides together, or whatever you want to call it, and then right sides together, or whatever you want to call it, and then they nestle into one another. I learned that trick.
That's great.
Long time ago, and I think probably from my friend Tammy, because she's the one who mostly taught me.
She's the queen.
She is. Oh, I teach her a few things every now and again. Not necessarily about sewing, but
I think you two probably get in plenty of trouble.
Plenty of trouble.
But you don't get caught.
You know, when we wore masks, we went to this flea market one time, and she had one that said nice, and I had one that said naughty.
I can see that.
We got more compliments.
I'll bet you did.
Yeah.
And they only knew.
They would say to me, if they hadn't seen her yet, they would say, "Oh, where's nice?" And I said, "Oh, she's right over there." And they go, "Oh, she is." So yeah, it was a fun day because good conversation starters. Okay, and this is my last one. Now, look, I'm going to put this one right sides together.
Oh, you're being wild.
Yeah, I'm being wild and crazy, man.
She's just breaking the rules.
And I'm going to do the, oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Yep. So now that one just jumps up and just goes right into.
Isn't that cool?
That is pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
I did know that.
You didn't?
I didn't know that. I don't.
Peter says he learns something new every time he watches one of my videos. And he's made to watch them. He has to watch them because he's filming them.
Well, the truth is, I don't care how many classes you've taken. You can always take a class and learn something.
That is the honest to God's truth, Cappy. How long have you been quilting?
Not long enough.
Okay,
about 12 years.
12 years, that's still a lot of learning. That's a lot of learning.
But I learn something every time.
Exactly. And I've been quilting for 25 plus years, and I still am learning stuff.
Yep. It's something.
Tammy showed me a little trick how to make a fun 9 patch the other day.
Oh, well, now you're going to have to talk about that because you brought it up. Somebody's going to say, when are we going to do that?
I'm not going to do it because Tammy's coming.
That's right. She is coming.
She's coming in October.
That's right.
Into September, 1st of October.
Yeah.
And she's going to do a class for us, and it's going to be a mystery.
It's going to be so fun.
It's going to be clues and all kinds of games and fun stuff. You don't want to miss it.
No.
We'll have more information in the newsletter. I hope you get our emails because probably that's where we'll advertise it at.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you won't want to miss out on that because that'll be a really fun thing that we're going to do.
They'll have to sign up for our emails on our webpage. If they go to our webpage,
is that what it
yeah,
is?
you go to the bottom of the webpage and you can sign up to get our emails.
Now, Peter always puts that webpage stuff, information below the screen.
Well,
is that going to happen?
We'll try.
We'll try it. If not, go to a previous video.
Yeah.
And do it from there. But it's just always in stitches1.com. So
because we're the #1 shop.
We're #1. Yay! I'm sure every quilt shop owner thinks they're the #1 shop, but we know we're the #1 shop. So.
But it's true for us.
But
the difference is it's true for us.
Yeah. But there are a lot of nice shops out there.
Oh my gosh, there
definitely. And Indiana has a really nice selection.
We do. And
what I think is good about what we have is we have a big diversity in styles. Mm-hmm. We have Heather Givens. She's real modern. And we have the back door, and they're real country, like reproductions and stuff. And then us, we're kind of in the middle. We kind of carry some of everything. So I think that that's a good thing.
Well, and they're located nice too. It's like on the 465 clock dial. You know, you got one north, and you got one east, and you got one south. So you can find a quilt shop wherever you want to go around here. Yeah,
and we're not such a spread out state.
No, we're not. It's not like Texas, for goodness sake.
Hello.
Goodness sakes. Well, see, now you're back in order again. That is the best thing. Now I get it to be in order.
Is that the tip?
That's
the tip. I thought this was going to be the genius tip.
Yeah.
Oh, now look what I did. I folded them both right sides together.
Right.
So that's going to have to
Thankfully, it's just a fold.
It's just a little press. And then they'll just snuggle right into each other.
I love quilt hugs.
Uh-huh. They're nice. And they don't care whether you have COVID or not.
Mm-mm.
Fabric. Do you just sometimes pet your fabric? I do.
Oh, gosh. This is crazy. I go in my sewing room, of course, and I reorganize it. I mean, like, I take it out of the box, and I move it around and sort it and refold it, because I don't want the folds to,
especially if you've got some new that you need to put in.
But that's what happens. You get new fabric, and then you have to rearrange all of it to make room.
Right, exactly.
And you want them to touch each other and play together.
Right, exactly.
It's coin collectors never spend their coins, and
stamp collectors
never mail their stamps, and fabric collectors don't have to use their fabric. They can just rearrange it.
That's right.
That counts.
That is so true. And do I have a collection?
Oh,
I bet you do too.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not so much now that you had the fire.
But... Yeah, but I'm getting it back. It's not taking very long to get it back.
Yeah.
To get it back where it was.
So what kind of things do you collect?
Fabric.
What
flamingos. Anybody who knows me knows I collect flamingos. And that's probably about
Tula
it.
pink.
Yeah, Tula pink fabric, K facet fabric. I really like. I'm kind of gotten onto this Anna Maria Horner. Her fabric's kind of fun.
So it's amazing that you and I get along, because those are not my styles at all.
And so we bought fabric. You and I got to sit and buy fabric the other day with our fabric vendors, and it was perfect, because we had you liking one style and me liking another, and so I think it worked real well, because we got a lot of both.
Exactly. And since we both have been in the fabric buying business before, we kind of know what our limitations are, and then we exceed them.
Yes. Yeah. Here's the budget.
And
this is what you spent.
That was the budget.
And then this is what you spent, because there were so many beautiful things.
So many things.
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. We met with 2 vendors on one day, which is kind of
unusual.
It is unusual, and it's a little you know, people are like, oh, it sounds like it would be so much fun to buy fabric. Well, it is fun. I'm not going to say it's not.
A little bit sometimes.
But when you're looking at fabric that's going to be here in 6-8 months,
yeah,
it's a little frightening
and
sometimes.
when you're planning a program, you know, and you have to figure out, you know, well, how many kits are we going to make? How much is it going to cost? Is it going to be a, you know, something that's going to appeal to a lot of different people? Yeah, there's lots of things to consider when you're buying fabric. It's not just, oh, I like this one, I like that one.
Yeah, because if we bought everything I liked, it'd be Tula, Kaif, and Anna Maria. If we bought everything you liked, it'd be all, you know,
Civil War,
reproduction, right? And then 30s. That's not everybody likes that. Right. So we gotta. And there have been many times I bought fabric lines that I've thought nobody is ever going to buy this. This is hideous. But you know, I see it might sell.
Well, a good thing, a good example of that is the other day we got in a Christmas line.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Nancy, the girl who does the inventory, she likes Christmas balls, red, green, white, turquoise. You know, the real bright, fun Christmas. And this was a real artsy Christmas line, and she was so disappointed. She did not like that Christmas. She saw Christmas on the packaging slip, and she was so excited to open it, and then she opened it and she was so disappointed. But then she took it out to the floor, and the girls, I think the collection's half gone.
I do too.
The girls loved it, and of course anything that they love, that's the first thing they're going to show you when you come in the store. Oh, look at this, what we got in. We love this, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, she's a traditional Christmas. But the next day...
Yeah, the next day we got in some really fun Santa Claus faces and ornaments. And yeah, we're getting Christmas stuff in right now.
Just so late.
It's a little late, but you still have time
to
come in and peruse the Christmas and get stuff to make presents and decorations with. Because we're just now in August, so we've got September, October, and then probably the end of October to November, you're going to want to start doing fall things. So get your Christmas done now so that you have time to do fall things, or get your fall stuff in. You know, do it whatever you want because you're the maker of the quilts. So now look, in that short amount of time, we have 4 blocks.
That's amazing.
Isn't that fun?
It was like 30 minutes from the time you cut till the time you're pressing, and you got blocks. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So 4 blocks, 30 minutes, 12 minutes a block maybe. Somebody do the math on that. Yeah.
We love comments. We love when people comment. We like good comments. You know, if you're not happy with us, be constructive. Don't just be
nice.
Yeah, don't just be sassy.
Although we're a pretty sassy crew around here.
We are sassy, but you know.
But we
do like to take good criticism. I mean, if you have an idea on how we can do something better, we're all for that, definitely. Now you can see that this has got all kinds of little things sticking out of this block.
Get up here close so they can see.
All right.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a
little scary thing because it's got a little thing there. Oh, let's turn this upside down so we don't get out of order. So let's come back over here. Now, these instructions are really good. They said to press, see these little arrows? Those are your pressing arrows. I just always press open. It's my quilt. I'm going to do it the way I want to. Okay? So now we're going to square up. It's time to square up our block. Trim your blocks down to 4" as shown. So now let's look at our ruler and see these squares right here, these big bold black squares. See these numbers down here? So that's a 2" square, that's a 3" square, and that's a 4" square. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take one of my arrows off.
See how well they restick right now.
Yeah. I'll move it over to the 4.
Oh, that worked perfect.
And look, it sticks again. Make sure your ruler is kind of cleaned off from fabric dust, okay? So now what I'm going to do is, and it's kind of freaky weird because now this little center block is on point. You see that? Okay, so I want to do a 4" square. And 2 inches of a 4-inch square is the middle. See that? So this is the 2-inch. Well, there's not as much as I thought there was going to be. There's the 2-inch line.
There's not
See
a
it?
lot extra.
There's really not. I thought there was going to be a lot more. So there's the 2-inch line right here. So I'm going to take that 2-inch line and I'm going to go from corner to corner. And I'm going to make sure I have fabric all the way around my 4-inch square. I want to make sure that that says 4-inch. Center of the block is the vertical 2-inch. Split the horizontal 2-inch, 4 inches. 0 and the 4-inch split. So I'm going to just go here with my 4-inch. And I'm going to go over here with my 0. So I've cut on those 2 black lines. Now you can either turn your ruler or you can turn the block. And you do it again. Oops, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Got up close and personal there with the camera. Now, another thing that you can do is see these lines here, these diagonal lines, they kind of help you look at whether you are lined up with these lines also. So all these lines benefit squaring your square up so that you can get it really pretty darn right on the mark because you've got all these reference points. So now I'm just going to go, I didn't even have to think where the 4-inch was. My little sticker, ruler sticker, helped me right there.
I hope we got a lot of those stickers.
We do. I think we got 12 packages of them.
Great.
In.
Great.
Yeah, they're nice. So anyway, look, there's my block, all nice and 4-inch squares.
Look at that.
So then, see, I thought we were going to come in and go into here.
But when you look at the picture,
but they float.
They
float. So look at that. You don't even have to worry about your points getting cut off because your seam's going to be clear over here, and these are just going to float.
Isn't that cute?
That is awesome. So that's going to be an awesome quilt because you will be able to get lots of success with that.
Great beginner.
Yeah, great. So now let's do it again, just one more time. I'm going to press that just a little. See, if I had my clapper.
What we don't talk about.
If I'd had my clapper.
Man, I tell you, if we could get those puppies.
We'd have them.
We'd have them.
Nobody has them.
Yeah, nobody has them.
So.
Or if they, or here's the other deal. If you see them, they're the fakes. They're not, they're not the real McCoy.
Exactly. Okay, I've got to slide over to here. Get my 2-inch. Two-inch here, 2-inch there.
That squares up beautifully.
Doesn't that look nice? And then make sure that you kind of have fabric all the way around. And I do, and I can kind of look at those and make sure that those are on the diagonal just the way they're supposed to be. And, oops. I almost did this.
I know,
that wouldn't have
I know.
been good. That would not have been good. Now,
Yeah.
that would have been something I would have learned from my friend Tammy. That's not good.
Yeah.
She's a...
She whack all different ways.
She's a whacker.
Well, if you can do it.
She's wackadoodly.
Yeah, but you love her.
I do love her. She's my best friend. My best friend. Okay. 2, 2. Looks kind of crooked on my cutoffs here, but it's not crooked at all because I can see that that's about the same distance from there to there.
Mm-hmm.
See, so my eye would have naturally twisted this ruler to match up with the fabrics to get the fabrics looking a little more squared, but I don't want to pay attention to these. I'm going to pay attention to what's going on in here. So then...
And this squaring up is so important.
I know, and you're doing two of them at a time. So you get 2 squares, one light one and one dark one. And so see here, I'll have the same setup. I'll have one dark one and one light one. And so when I put them together, see, I have a light one there and a dark one there. So see how fun that'll be. And I'll have more of a variety as I go along with all my little squares. And next week, hopefully, I'll show it to you all finished, okay? So,
I can't wait.
I know. I'll see you at the sewing machine. It'll still be August, and it'll be 7 days from now.
And maybe we'll have Peter back.
Hopefully. A broken arm won't keep him out that long.
I hope not.
All right, pray for him. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.